And as this room fill up,
Let it run from it. Destiny arrives all the same.
and now, or shall I say, I am. As they say, ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a game day groove? Cowboys' hardest pathway game day versus the Raiders. Plus more and more expectations without hesitations nor deviations to the matter. We should see Chabon Revel. We should be able to see DeMarvion overly expected to play today. Also, baby, we're gonna see the big nasty Q Williams down inside 5, 4, 3, 2, and I'm telling you, Riggs, them damn Eagles keep winning. Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
Is this not why you're here? Are you not entertained? Stand tall or not at all. The name is Law Nation. Mama said that there will be days, literally, just like ain't no party like a cowboy party. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Appreciate each and every last one of you all. Thank you all for tuning in. It's been boring without my Cowboys football. I see you, Andre. All right, so put 9-4 in the chat if you guys are okay today. If everybody's okay, put 9-4 in the chat. Put 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. Shout out to you, David Jenkins. Shout out to you, my homie. It's a long road, man. It's a hard road, too, man. And it's not a straight road. This road that we've been on has been a very cycling. We had the highest of the highest, the lowest of the lows. I don't think that we have a definitive win this season. We only have 3 wins. I think both against New York teams. And what other team did we beat? We beat somebody else, I think Washington. So it's been crazy. The Giants came close to beating the Green Bay Packers this past weekend, and we've seen how that works out is like a negative connotation to us because we traded away our best defensive player before the season kicked off, and now we got resources and things in return from that trade, but it haven't materialized, right? So we are in that crazy shadowy place, whereas do you try to win these 8 games out to the fullest? And that's my opinion. You try to win every game you play in. Or do you sit back and say, damn, excuse my French, but sometimes you got to say that. Damn, you got to say that sometimes. I mean, I'm watching a team in the National Football League. Not only do the ball bounce their way, they get aficionados to call their way. You know what I'm saying? And they tushing and they pushing and they keep moving. And I'm sitting here like, man, if that happened to us, oh my goodness, man, you wouldn't hear the end of it. Matter of fact, instead of FBI, they had a CIA. You know what I'm saying? You know, they'll have all of them on them. But at the end of the day, it is crazy that it is almost mid-November and we got 3 wins. We got 3 wins. So DP says, man, keep fighting. That's all we can do, man. It's one of those things, and we already took our, took us over to the Raiders. You know, here's the thing, though. As a fan, growing up, not just loving this team, but falling in love with this team. And when you are in love, it is a whole different conversation than liking something. Some days I wake up and I said, man, I wish that I just liked the Cowboys. But by us being in love with the Cowboys, we do crazy things. To watch the game, to see them perform. And this is a crazy love affair that we have with this team. And do they love us back? I don't know, but when we look back at it, we can say, man, when we look at this team, what are some things that we can allow? It's redemption time. I see you, Jay Worthy. I feel you, man. One game at a time. That's my guy, Ashton. Appreciate you. Ashley says, let's go. Control what you can't control. I love y'all. I love the way y'all thinking. Outside of Chris, what you doing, man? What you saying? 17 to the Cowboys, 13. If the Cowboys have basically 2 weeks in a row, there'll be 3 weeks in a row of the offense not performing, then it's really to wave that red or that. I don't have a white flag. It'll be Willie. Yeah, it'll be time to do this, but it's not time. Mathematically, we're not out of it. If the Cowboys lose to Geno, I'm back to cussing. You know. Yeah, every game is sudden death. Let me say this loud enough so everyone can hear. Every game that we play now is sudden death. There's no tomorrow. You win by scoring. You win by stopping the opposing team from scoring. And when I look back, I watched the game. Show of hands who watched pieces of the game last night. The Eagles versus Lions, and we got to play both of those teams. So even though how you feeling, I think that you still got to do your due diligence to still watch these teams play. Although I get with what most people are feeling, you still got to study your opposition. Who knows that one-on-one? That you still got to study your opposition. And what I saw last night is that two beatable teams, if we played them, all we need is, like the dude said, damn it, CJ, all you had to do and stay on the train. But you get what I'm saying is that I've seen two beatable teams, whether it was in their house or at our house, hen house, outhouse. Two beatable teams. I've seen, when I look back at the weeks of football without us playing, it feel like we didn't play in 2 weeks, all right? It feel like we didn't play and shoot almost 3 weeks. Ops watch, ain't this right, you got us. So when I look back at everything, I'm looking at it like, okay, Chicago Bears, they're nice. I had hit Jesse Holly up and said, hey, man, he was right about Ben Johnson, right? He was right about Ben Johnson. You know, they have the number 2, number 3 offense respectfully, and they still throw new wrinkles out. And they got a opportunistic type of defense for the not for the Denver, but Denver Broncos pretty good too. Is that the Bears are better than what was advertised. And this doesn't mean that we should have made a more compelling score. Carolinas are better than what was advertised, right? And this is not me trying to put any sugar over this bull sugar that we've been through, right? What I'm getting in the Broncos, we all know, right? So some of the losses that we do or we have or what have you been by pretty much, when you look back at it, been legitimate losses. It's just that now we can say, all right, who needs to elevate their game, right? Offense, defense. I think that the offense still need to elevate their game. We know where the defense is at, right? Detroit looked bad against the Eagles D. Yes, you got us. Yes. And can't wait for a game is here. Yes. So by us having 3 wins for right now, right, and 1 tie, it makes it looks very weird. And when we look back at our schedule, let me pull this up. Appreciate every one of y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. and the odds are really stacked against us, man. Especially, we've been starving of any Cowboys information. Let me just look back at this for context, and we're going to bring up what is needing to happen, and as well as the call lines and all of that good stuff. It's been a brutal 2 weeks, man, without football, and it's been very brutal, even with the climate with the Cowboys, especially how we've been looking. And it's still hot. It's like the world is ending right in front of us. It was 86 degrees yesterday. It was November the 16th, 86 degrees in November. I'm sitting here like saying, hey, we can't say anything about football until it get cold outside. And it's still not cold. Literally, people were swimming yesterday in Texas. It's just crazy. The world is ending. I think CERN has something to do with this. Maybe this is not even reality, man. One day we're going to wake up and we're going to be like, man, we had the worst nightmare ever, all of us collectively. CERN, whatever y'all did, fix it, you know. This world is done. This world is toast, man. Yes, indeed. I saw a video of Trump and Bill Clinton together, man. I'm just like, God, dog, boys work crazy. All right, so I got it up. All right, so what we have here, winnable games that we should have won. I think that when we look back at it now, we should have beaten the Philadelphia Eagles week 1. I get all of that. And then somebody can argue and say, well, hell, you should have lost against New York the second week. All right, so when I look back at this is not me putting sugar on this bull sugar, right? But what I'm saying is basically the Chicago Bears going into week 3, there was plenty of us saying that, hey, you know what? We should have won against Chicago, and I get that. And then we turn around, we tie up against the Green Bay Packers, which I think that we should have won that one. Definitively, we beaten the Jets. I get that. The close game against the Carolina, that was a game that we should have taken really to the woodshed, right? And then we look back at the Washington team being the Washington team. And toxic. You know, I get what you said. Should have, but you didn't, you know. So these are the opportunities that I can look back on and say what really got us, believe it or not, I'll give that W away. I understand. But these 2 games right here, matter of fact, I throw in third one. Them 3 games really took us out. These 3 losses right here. I get it. Denver Broncos, we haven't beat them since 95. A third of you guys wasn't even born, you know. But if I know if was a fifth, we all be drunk, right? Carolina, Philadelphia, and maybe you can throw in Arizona because we haven't beaten them since 2017. That's a whole nother conversation. Those 3 games really took us out for the rest of the season. In order for us to understand the hard pathway, we got to figure out how to make ground back. Now, we play against Philadelphia Eagles next week, right? But at the same time, you got to take care of business tonight. You can't look too far down this schedule, but you got to say to yourself, man, this hard pathway, you got to show us something. Eberflus, Evil Flus, however y'all want to call him, out of his name, Eber, flush it down the commode. We must dominate tonight. We got to get back in control of the TOP. We got to get back in control of being able to run with an authority, open up play action. I did a video upon which when Dak Prescott drops back, and he's looking for a target area space to throw the ball to. So far, his best efficiency, his best Eberfleecing, you know, Eberfools, boy, y'all coming up with some names. And, hey, it's up to him. But I was saying that Dak Prescott, let me talk about Dak Prescott right quick. It's on you. It's on you right now. We don't have, there's never been a game in 30 years and 30 seasons whereas we had the aficionados on our side, right? Like what we seen last night. It's never been a game. We can't look for the aficionados to bail us out. We can't look for somebody giving us the benefit of the doubt. Can anybody name us a time frame when everything was heavily favored on us? Only thing I can think of, and they made all types of fuss about it, was the index card game. Who remember that game? You know, the guy pulled out a card and he said, okay, let me put that in between the football. And that game was a difficult game. We don't get no favors. We don't get anything like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not looking for them. But what I'm trying to get people to understand is that it's literally Cowboys versus everybody, including our own fan base. And I got to say this, Dak Prescott, listen properly. When attempting to throw the ball to these outside receivers, Pickens by far is your best option. He's 130 passer rating when targeting George Pickens. Now, is this a nod or is this a shakedown on C. Dangerous Lamb? No. I talked about this before. And what happened is that, yes, Lamb came back off of injury. He came back pretty sharp. But what I'm getting at is that it hasn't been to the kind of caliber or level that we want, and that's why his passer rating when targeting Lamb's way is 86, meaning that you still can get good passer rating, which 86 is not bad, but your better option would be go where the least resistance is at and try to take that road down the pathway of the victory. Because the Cowboys, in my opinion, the Cowboys, excuse me, you said, D'Angelo says the Cowboys-Lions game in 2014. That's a yes and a no. Because technically I know what play you're talking about. You're talking about Hitchens face guarding. As we all know, PI is very subjective. So if you're using the Lions game as in 2014 as the only way they gave us a little resistance on officiating, because if it wasn't for that's how pass rushing counts. If it wasn't for DeMarcus Lawrence, if it wasn't for a rookie to force a fumble, we lose that game. Defense. I'm telling people, defense is the way. And face guarding, I get it. They call that in college. They call it in high school. But the pros, you can face guard. So I don't think that they gave us any help in that Detroit game. I don't think they gave us any help in that Detroit game. Outside of that particular no call. But last night, boy, did y'all see what happened last night? You know, I said, God, dog, would you look at this? You know, shoot, did y'all see what happened last night? I mean, literally, I've seen A.J. Brown run, and the DB, Rocky, you're saying, was on the top shoulder like they teach you. And if he's going to do an end breaking, you already have leverage. If he's already going to do an out breaking route, you done already forced him to the sideline, whereas you have an extra defender, which is the boundary. He played that pretty well. He tight top shoulder. He had leverage to the inside. So A.J. pushed him off. But there's not a single Eagle fan that would admit probably like, yeah, man, that was an offensive pass interference, right? It was just ridiculous. I haven't seen, you know what I'm saying, us getting those type of things done for us, you know. It is crazy. So what we got to do is expect to win in spite of the officials. We got to expect to win in spite of what Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones got to say. And we got to win in spite of. And unfortunately, I don't like it that way, but that's just the Cowboys' way. G Cowboys says Pickens' catch radius is next level. Cowboys have not had a wide receiver with his body frame skills since T.O. More jump balls needed to go his way, and I agree. And we're talking concepts and strategy now. The name of the game versus the Raiders, you got to win your one-on-ones on the outside. You got to have the ability to cloud and pressure Geno. His last game versus the Denver Broncos, I didn't see last game versus Denver Broncos, they forced 6 sacks on him. So you can get pressure on that O-line. You can do that. Just like the refs love the Chiefs. Look, here's what I'm going to say. The NFL makes too much money to not hire full-time refs. Let me say this again. Shout out to you, Sadiq Charles. Appreciate you. So thank you so much. The NFL, the National Football League, makes too much money to not hire full-time aficionados. I get it. These officials are judges. They are lawyers by day. Some of them are accountants and stuff like that. So you mean to tell me that there's no ambiguities or there's no nefarious ways where some of these guys can't get bought? And I know I said this before, and I got a few officials to hit me up personally and said, man, I official for 30 years, man. We got a vetting system where we vet. Man, money can change a lot of people's mind. You know, I just can't believe. And I say this too, is that I get it. Just because you're full-time doesn't mean that you won't take other things, right? But I think that there are more wiggle room when it is your part-time job to be an official. And I think that by the way that the NFL is making billions of dollars, go hire you a damn official team so that those guys, because NFL is pretty much 365, because you got the off-season stuff like that. You can have them same crew of lawyers, them same crew of aficionados all year round. It makes no sense. And who is to say that all of these parlays and all of these, because if it's a part-time job, who is to say for somebody, if I got cousin that's an official, right, for me to hit him up and be like, or if I'm one of the billionaires signed for the NFL team, for me to hit him up and say, hey, check your mail, man. I got something for you. Okay. You got AJ on your team? Okay, yeah. Okay, all right. Because subjective calls are very much so is in the hands of the officials. And one thought track or one processing mindset of a person, all it takes is one. And I'm quite sure that these officials are getting some extra love from someone else. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, all right. And you going to, that'd be about 30,000 there, man. If I'm gonna do that, okay, I do it for 25,000. 25,000. Okay. So you want one holding call? When you want me to call it? Either 6 or 7 play. You know. All right. I tell you what. If the game get out of hand just a little bit, call it, right? You know, I mean, if it's not out of hand, then don't call it. You get what I'm saying? It's a multi-billion-dollar business to only have part-time zebras. Come on, man. Like the fix is in. Like, why you just can't set aside $1 billion, right? They make over $100 billion. Why you just can't set aside and allocate $1 billion of funds? Or even the fine money that's being fined. Pay that to the officials or something. Oh, well, that makes it even more convoluted. But you guys get what I'm saying, is that I know for sure that when Jerry said in that documentary, if I win this this legal case, I'm going to make sure I burn all of y'all to the ground. I think that Jerry Jones won that legal case, and in 19 of 96, he won $750 million. I know for sure Toxic Tom probably know what the inflation is on that, how much money $750 million is modern day time, but he won that in 19 of 96. We haven't been or taste or seen a conference championship game since then. You're like, okay, all right. Yeah, sports betting got the game on lock. Yeah, I've been hearing reports whereas some apps stop working. Some apps don't even work, and then they close the apps out on their parlays and stuff like that. I've seen whereas some people got in trouble. I think that ESPN backed away from FanDuel, whatever other partnerships they had, and they said, hell, we'll start our own betting services. You know what I'm saying? ESPN, I get what you're trying to do, but don't try to corner the market. And on top of that, have the aficionados to officiating your games. Yeah, it's crazy. $50 million. Who think he got Chelsea Clinton? No doubt. But let me tell you one app that you can bet on, and it won't shy away and it won't shut down.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using the code LAW. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
No doubt. Download Sleeper and get $100 deposit match up to $100, 100% of the time. And then when you download the app, we got $20 swinging your way. And Toxic Tom got me the update. He states that $750 million in 19 of 96 is roughly $1.5 billion. 1.5 billion. Can you imagine winning a lawsuit from your job, right? That you won $1.5 billion with a B, and then you go back to work at that same job the next day? Let me pull it on a bigger screen because I don't want everybody to get in trouble with all of that marketing material below. And you won $1.5 billion. And this is not excuses. Not excuses, ladies and gentlemen. And the NFL don't have no vendetta, no grudge. Come on, man. Hey, they would say, hey, we got to make it seem as if, though, it's natural, organic. You think that they don't hold no grudge against Jerry? Mighty Fine said, did you see Las Vegas Strip last night? Basically, 9K fans took over. Yeah. This is a home game in Vegas land. Yeah. It's a home game. It's a home game. It's a home game for us. Yeah, Mighty Fine. Yes, indeed. I just hope that you're a female with a name Mighty Fine. I hope you're a female, but I hope all is well. 1.5 billion. What job? The newest venture capitalist, Yeah, so Jerry sued the NFL. I know this old news, right? We have no Cowboys content until tonight. But what I will say is before I play any audio, is that there's grudges, y'all. And that's why calls don't go our way. But I guarantee you there's somebody sitting there saying, because somebody watching this right now. Sadiq, Davies, appreciate you. Seabass, there's somebody right now is angry and upset over $5. There's somebody right now angry and upset over $25 or $30, right? Say, man, I ain't messing with Tyrone no more. Why, man? That joker owe me $25, man. Yeah, I've been trying to get that $25 for the last 3 years, man. And he out there in the club, man, spending my money. He gonna do this to me. I can't wait. Wait till I see Tyrone with that 25 that he owe me, right? Imagine 1.5 billion with a B. Come on, man. Dez called it facts. I always said that. This is from Elijah. Yes, indeed. Right. Hey, right. Sadiq. Right. She know I'm telling the truth. You know that $25, like, man. And then when you finally get the 25, here you funky $25, man. God dog, leave me alone. Stop. Are you mad at me over the $25? You know. But enough is enough. Cowboy Nation. Everything is happening for a reason. My expectations for tonight, I know it's still heavy hearts. It's hard. It's one thing that we can't say is that, hey, we got to tell you how to mourn for a loss. And they will be wearing a specialized decal, 94 to pay all type of contributes to my guy, Marshawn Nealon. I hope. yeah. Toxic said, yeah, man. Yeah. It's late. You owe me at this point. Yeah. You already know how it goes, man. But I'm hearing that it could be a possibility that it's a game night decision whether Malik Hooker is going to play tonight. I think that he will. We all know the news of Wanye going to IR for 4 weeks. So this game is what I'm looking for, is that all I want to see is a similar game in the last 2 weeks of what we got a chance to see good defenses play. Like I was sitting back watching the Lions versus the Eagles. I said, man, I want our defense to play like either side, right? Look, if we can hold teams to about 13 to 14 points, that'll be a miracle. But if we can hold teams under 20 points, I think we can win games. I think that if we can do those things. Now, here's the thing. Did Matt Eberflus forget how to coach? I don't think he did. Is he an adaptive coach? I don't think that he is. Is Matt Eberflus a guy that need to have everything going right in the right direction? Yeah. It reminds me that a tree is known by the fruit it bears, right? And I'm definitely not saying that this is a protege or a product of Jason Garrett. But damn it, this is a lineage of somewhat form, fashion of Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett was the exact same way that Matt Eberflus is, but he was on the offensive side. In order for Jason Garrett to win games, it wasn't going to be something that he thought it out. It wasn't going to be something that he had leverage on as it relates to his coaching abilities. He literally had to have healthy players plus plays from the players. It wasn't nothing creative. It wasn't nothing that you said, damn, we got the edge because we got the coach. So now if you think of it from the inverse side of it, it is the exact same way on defense. In order for us to win on defense, we got to have the players to make plays. We got to have Quentin Williams to make these things happen for us. I got to rely on a rookie, Donovan Ezaraku, to create pressure, to bend across the corner, bend across the edge, dip shoulder, to get upfield, to get to the quarterback. I need for my DB to somehow get a hand on the ball to redirect. There's been the first time, I believe, in Cowboys history that we went 4 or 5 games without a PBU. Don't you know how hard that would be to not even get a freaking PBU? And I'm not beating this team up, but dog it, if the shoe fits, wear it. You get what I'm saying? So we're going to have to win in spite of the coaching on the defensive side of the ball. It would not be due to creativity. We know where we're going to be at on the field. We got to figure out ways to let star-studded players be star-studded guys to be an impact. It won't be any creativity. So what I'm saying is that if these last 8 games, if we want to have any much due respect for anything, We got to see that this right here got to be the answers right here. This is what our defense looked like. The core got to get things right. They gave Murray a 40, and I know we don't go by grades, but man, they gave it a 40. Man. You get 35 for just putting your name on the test. So I don't know where the 5 come from, but he got 40. You know what I'm saying? And he's your Mike in this game, of course. You know, we got Logan Wilson. I don't know how many reps he's going to have tonight. I'm quite sure whatever is advertised, I think that he's a grade up. And it's only by margins because he's at a 54. Now, this is the unknown. Let me play my button over here because at the end of the day, y'all know how this go.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns, things we don't know that we don't know.
This is something that we got to get right, right? And, of course, you got Wilson and Bell. Bell last game, not going to speak too negative on him, but damn it, he was sliding off people, man. I said, God, dog, boy, what happened? You forgot how to tackle, you know? And, of course, Elam, oh, my God, and Bland. These guys, I don't know how many reps. I definitely don't know how many snaps. But to be understanding, I think that Carson's, I saw the tape that Skywalker was able to put out there. I saw that Carson's was able to give us a little substance, but is very minimum, right? So these are things that we will have to consider. And this is our nickel. We get Stewart inside the slot here. And if anything, what's up with Josh Butler? I'm glad that you mentioned Josh Butler. He's been working out. He's been drinking his water. His transition's been pretty good. Believe it or not, I've seen him work the chords and everything. And I think Butler will be okay whenever his name is called up. I haven't heard anything of him being in the 21-day window. But, you know, it is for what it is at this point. Logan's got to set the pace. Yeah. Soon. Yeah. It's going to be soon for my guy. Let me see if I can pull this footage up. I'm supposed to see him pull up Josh Butler, man. That's my guy. Here we go. And he posted, Aztec, appreciate you. Like right now, we hoping, man. We hoping that whenever he gets a chance to get back out there on the field, you see, watch that speed turn. Yeah. When I saw that, I said, yeah. He gonna be all right. He gonna be all right. Yeah. I don't want to show him and his wife working, but y'all get what I'm saying. That was a private interview, private video on his page. So y'all go over there to his page and check that out. He's not even in the window. Yeah, so he's not even in the window. I don't know what their plans are with Butler. But if I can say this correctly, they do value him, you know. They do value. Phantom, appreciate you. Thank you. Let's do this right quick. Because normally we don't open it up so quickly. But since we are cookie pressure for time, and y'all know today, game day, I'm going to have multiple lives. So I want to get y'all thoughts on score predictions. I also want to get your thoughts on the final 8 games, where after this game, final 7 games. So y'all going to be on this marathon run with me. So I need for you guys to have soap and water, wash up, and then you need to apply these type of things into your life so that you don't have to worry about it down the stretch. And let you hear this. Let's talk about control. And first and foremost, I'm talking about control body odor, and that's anywhere. And all you have to do is shop.mando and get $5 off of your starter pack, and that's over 40% with promo code LAW, shopmando.com. Let's go. I use this body wash odor control, full body control with Mando. They have the product here, and they also have deodorant that you apply under the arm for 72 hours of odor control. You want to be in control. And speaking enough control. They also have the product that you can apply all over the body, the invisible cream, and it also fights for 72 hours. Look, it's all about being in control. And with Mando, man, they control body odor anywhere. All you have to do is shop.mando, get $5 off your starter pack. That's over 40% with promo code LAW, shopmando.com. Let's go and let's stay in control of your odor. Yes, indeed. Let's stay in control of your odor. 72 hours, but I wouldn't test it that way. Shout out to Mando, shout out to him, great sponsors and everything. But for 72 hours, just try it on fresh skin. They just don't put it on dirt skin. For maximum control of your odor. And they said, hey, do you have anything that can work on Eberflus? I'm working on that. Me and Mando, we working on something that can get rid of the Eberflus smell, Yes, indeed. But shout out to Matt Eberflus, man. And his people and everybody. They don't want the Eberfluses coming after us. All right? So things to look for in this game, especially when you're thinking about the ops or what have you. We got to pay attention to this particular team. They can get hot, they can get cold. They are well coached by a guy that won Super Bowl. So we have to be mindful of that and or been to multiple. How many Super Bowls do Smooth have? Coach over there. How many Super Bowls do you have? Do you have one? Or do we have two? I'm getting confused with this guy. But neither here nor there. Pete Carroll, he's no one to sneeze at as far as coaching, so you always have to get your mind together when you're playing against him or facing off versus him. All right, so what we have is matchup predictor. They have the Cowboys with a 59.0 percentage and the Raiders 40.6. I don't pay attention to this as much because we were favored against the Cardinals, and y'all know what happened from there. All right, so Dak Prescott, we talked away from talking about MVP stuff, right? But Dak Prescott, he need to have a hell of a game this game, right? We need for Dak Prescott. He got one Super Bowl ring. Damn, Pete Carroll. He should at least have about 3, but he got one ring, Jeez. And if I'm not mistaken, Hootenheimer wasn't on that particular staff, by the way, right? He wasn't on that staff. Schottenheimer wasn't on that staff, right? So it is for what it is. Williams, I need for him to hold on to the ball. He has 716 yards. Pickens, he's our leading receiver with 764. Our leading sack production leader is James Houston with 3.5 versus their 5. And that is something to behold. Our leading tackler is Kenny Murray. Kenny Murray is our leading tackler, and y'all, some people call him K9. All right, so Solomon Thomas, I know for sure he's out. Wanye is out. Cornelius and Elijah Clark, those guys are very questionable. We got a toe for Malik. It could be a game time decision. I don't know for sure. And then these are the guys that's on the Raiders that's out, okay? All right, so here's what I got to say. We knew what happened between us and Denver. And then when I went back to go watch the Denver Broncos versus the Raiders, that was a 10-7 game. I'm not built for this type of game tonight. I do not want to see a 10-7 game. Matter of fact, I don't want us to have a 13-10 type of game because that means that even though I'll be happy a little bit about the defense being able to hold a team to 10 points, but that's meaning that we doing a lot of F's, we doing a lot of, man, what the hell, and we doing a lot of what's your names, like, hey, man, what's going on? We don't have the privilege of having a game that's equivalent to, let me pull this up. And I thought that this was very strange. Let me see, not Dr. Strange, but I saw that. Now this guy do make satire posts or what have you, but we're not privileged to having these type of moments, ladies and gentlemen. ML Football reports Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, and I'm not making this the Eagles talk, but they're the last team that played, and they're in our division. We're not privy to have these type of moments. Jalen Hurts with another big performance tonight. All Jalen does is win big football games. 14 for 28, 50%, 135 passing yards, 63.8 victory, first place in the NFC East with an 8-2 record, best record in NFC. Now, we're not privileged or privy to have these type of moments. For the quarterback to drop back at least 28 times to only complete 14 passes and then for 130 yards and for them to be talking about 8-2. We can't have those moments here because if we win those type of games, it'll be the 3 ladder, the 4 ladder, the crooked ladder, all of the ladders would be out here saying, hey, the quarterback is washed. The quarterback is trash. The quarterback is being carried. The quarterback, they would make it all about the quarterback. And then we would see an over-emphasis or over mindset of like, hey, we got to prove the next week that we can throw the ball everywhere. Yeah, Toxic Tough says, to be fair, basically, most teams can't do that. Yeah. Shit. Looking for, some stuff. Golf was 14 of 37. Yes, we can't have the golf type of approach either, So we got to play perfect in all thy ways, and we got to have some guys that making some stuff impactful for those particular moments. But let's look at this thing. Enough of me poking fun at reasons why we don't get judged the same. I have this right here, Cowboy Nation. They have Jeremy Chin, Eric Stokes. Both of those boys are no one to sneeze at, ladies and gentlemen. Let me say this again. Both of those boys are no one to sneeze at. I do like both of those guys on defense. Porter and this guy that's number 20, they can get got. They can literally get got. But what you got to do in this particular situation, you got to take advantages of it. Whoever your number one wide receiver in this game, be mindful to do just that. But I'm saying that they're going to put that number one on CeeDee Lamb. And then when we think about it, here's what's the noise about what they say about this guy by the name of George Pickens.
Man, that's my dog, George. Watched him come in as a freshman. Was there 2 years with George and all that stuff, man. So I just try to tell him, man, we're one-on-one, man. That man pretty much, he catches pretty much everything. So one-on-one, man, you got to hit the ball first. Because pretty much I always believe if he lay a hand on that ball or anything, it's probably going to be his because he got strong hands, aggressive hands.
Listen properly.
It's unbelievable. So he make any catch look easy. And all that stuff. Like I done seen him in practice do some unbelievable stuff. I'm just like, God, like that was coming from me in college, so that was before the league and all that stuff. But still tell everybody, man, he catch a lot of things that you just don't see a normal person do.
He's so talented. He's so
Listen.
talented. I mean, in terms of size, speed, ability to catch the ball, catch radius. And then the ability to flash his hands late and just the savviness. And then after the catch and then his willingness to block in there. I mean, this guy's he's a skilled athlete. And is it a skill? I mean, I don't know. But just the way he's able to slow down and catch the ball, I probably would count as a skill. Again, I'm not going to make any comparisons because, again, I'm talking about a person I used to see in practice a bunch of times, Randy Moss, who's the best ever to do it. It just... But I'm not making that comparison. But I've seen flashes of that type of play before.
Yo, baby!
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. Wrong spot. Okay, so we're going to have to make sure that we take advantages of this situation. If we don't, man, then I'm going to be over here. Yeah, baby, I'm going to be over here doing all of this. If we can't take advantage of this situation, yes, indeed, If we don't do this, baby, if we don't do this, whereas this, even Flanoy, in the words of MJ Flannery, we need to have these guys killing this side of the field. We do. We can't be playing around with our food. And, of course, y'all know how this goes. I want to win at all costs. And then when we flip it around on the defensive side, I've been seeing for weeks upon weeks where we face off versus a team. We face off versus a team that got these set of odds, right? That these sets of odds, like Kappa in the middle of this, Meredith, not Don Meredith, grandson or whatever, and Farham, or how you say that man's name, we should feast tonight. There should be a minimum of 5 sacks tonight. Minimum. I know Denver got 6. We should get 5 at least, man. We should match them. But, man, we should get at least 5 sacks. Defense, man. I want this defense to show up in this game. I don't want to hear none of this. Well, Law, you got to understand this is their first time playing together. Quentin Williams had 3 weeks of vacation time. He should be well rested and keep this onto your mental mindset. And y'all can do the math and let me know what it is. But every year around this time, we got 3 games in about 12 days. 3 games in 12 days. We got to show up and show out. Now, if you driving and you hearing this information and someone rear ends you, right, get T-bone, or if you're at work and you was like, what did Law say, and you slip and fall, right, off of a ladder or off of a tall step, and you land on that hip, that back, that coccyx bone, I'm going to tell y'all who you need to reach out to.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
Spartans! What is your profession?
That's 817 or 214, and every 3 you can dial until you get someone. They recommend call Frenkel before you even call 911. Or call both of them with 2 phones. I know y'all got 2 phones. With that being said, they back with over a combined of 100 years of experiences. On top of that, if you contextualize it from this particular aspect, if you can't dial that number, just visit FrenkelFirm.com. Now, my hotline number, 657-390-739-1. That's my hotline. One of the mods, do me a huge favor. Put that number down in the chat. I need to know. Also, your score predictions, who gonna win tonight, and what we got to do. I see Sadiq Charles, appreciate you. We're gonna pin her number to the top of the page, 657-390-7391. She put it down there, so we're gonna pin it. Cowboy Nation, I got from the 901. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com.
Shout out Law Nation. Shout out Memphis. Shout out TSU. Shout out JSU.
Yeah.
Shout out FAMU.
Yeah.
Shout out Grambling. Shout out Southern.
Yeah.
Shout out Morehouse.
Yeah.
Shout out Spelman.
Yeah.
Memphis in the house.
Yo, baby. Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
D.I. love Jackson State.
the club up.
We winning, baby. We winning tonight just off of 901 love, baby. Yes, indeed, bro. I love it,
My
man.
brother is a huge Detroit fan, and he was like, man, is Philly really this good? I said, I'm not scared of Philly. I'm not scared of the Rams. I'm not scared of Seattle.
Yeah.
I ain't scared of nobody.
Ain't
Let's
never
go.
scared.
Let's get it. That's
Yeah.
all I got. Intern in the house. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick.
Yeah.
Whoop that trick.
Yeah.
I'm
Let
out.
it. Run from it.
Destiny.
Destiny arrives all the same.
And now
It's here.
yeah. Or shall I stay? I am.
I am.
Oh my gosh, man. Hey, is there ever a moment that 901 when he calls in, man? This dude calls in with that same energy. Like when people say keep that energy or keep that same energy, man, he called in on my lowest of the lows with that energy. He called in with the highs of the highs, the same cadence. You know what I'm saying? Even when we had our debate on who really runs the South as it relates to music, you know, he called in, and that's why he gave us all of the artists from Memphis, Tennessee, and beyond, and he mentioned some from the South. So, you know, he my guy, man. You know, appreciate him. Much love to Memphis, Tennessee, and Tennessee all together in 901. I love the energy. Cowboy Nation. Let's just run the tables, man. Yeah, we need to be more like Dark Side. Yeah, we do. Dre Madden says Smooth called in just like Samuel L. Jackson. You ain't lying. But with that being said, if you asleep, man, you up now. All right. Shout out to him from the 901. I needed that. But I got from the 513. You're live on the Nation. Marcus, man, talk to me, man. Talk to me.
Law Nation, what's good, brother?
Man, all is well. Looking for a dub, man. I'm just looking for it, man. Looking for it.
So, one question. Siobhan Revel, he is going to be getting reps, right?
His debut today. I don't know whether it's going to be primarily special teams or a few snaps, but I'm thinking it's going to be more like what we seen Trayvon Diggs week 1, just sparingly in there.
Okay. Next question is Carson's. He played good last week, or not last week, the week before, didn't he?
He played better than what we expected, basically. He did.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's really good to hear. So we have Carson's coming back, and he had another bye week to also get himself integrated more.
Facts.
Now we have Revel coming back, and then we have Reddy still, and then who was the other corner that we still had as well? Was it Bridges?
Yeah. Bridges, number 25. Yeah.
Okay. I will say I feel a little bit better, having Carson's, Revel, and then Reddy and Bridges as well. Give us a little bit more depth. I know Reddy and Bridges haven't been the best, but they have definitely been better than what we have seen from some of these other corners. So I think that's pretty good upside with the corners. Now, I'm definitely not going to be thinking that they're going to be like all-pro secondary or anything like that, but we'll see. One thing I'm a little bit concerned about, though, is our number 1 corner, and that's Deron Bland. Is he going to improve is the question for me.
I think that what we all getting at is that we all miss Al Harris. I think that Al Harris was able to get to the players level. And for those who said we should have kept Al Harris selected to only be a defensive back coach versus being a DC. But you can clearly see that it's not by chance that coaching matters and Deshaun Wright for the season got 4 picks.
Oh man, bro.
Oh man, he got 4 picks.
I saw Deshaun Wright yesterday get that interception in the end zone.
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn, bro.
Hell yeah.
Here he is, turning into like an all-pro quarter over here in front of our faces.
Yeah.
Like, damn, Al Harris was a big difference, man.
Let me give you some insights on this. Deshaun Wright had multiple options to go to a different team, and believe it or not, he didn't commit to come to Chicago until Al Harris got there. If Al Harris would have stayed here, he would have been in a Cowboys uniform. That's how much.
Yeah.
That's how much of a influence that Al Harris has. And I got that tidbit of information from Mama Wright. You know what I'm saying? So she hit me up and gave me the details, the deeds of everything. And the Cowboys would have been willing to accept him. But, Al Harris did play for the Chicago Bears in the past, right? And he wanted to be freely and not go into another situation of learning different coaches and things of that nature. So that's why he selected to go back to Chicago to coach there. And that's why we're seeing the growth aspect from their DBs. So, but neither here nor there. I think that
makes sense,
when
bro.
we look at Bland and you look at some of the things that he's been having issues with, it's been at a coaching level to on the field level, that it's not by mistake that he dropped off this bad. But go ahead.
Yeah, no doubt. And we also have to remember that Bland was originally meant to be a star slot corner, not an outside corner. And then he kind of got forced into that position due to injuries. So at the same time, we can't really get too mad at him because that's not really his forte.
Right.
And then when you think about management-wise, if we know we had all of these corners injured going into the season and we wouldn't get most of them back until the second half of the year, and Deron Bland's not a true outside corner, I mean, I think that kind of falls on management personally. But outside of that, though, I feel like our defense is going to be completely revived. I think the second half of the year, we're going to see a completely different defense. Quinn Williams is no joke.
He's not.
Anybody that's sitting there sleeping and brushing away that we have Quentin Williams, this dude is arguably the best nose tackle in football.
Right.
And honestly, I don't know who you could say is better besides maybe Chris Jones, maybe what's his face on Jalen Carter.
You got Simmons, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, Quentin Williams is that man. That dude can pass rush, he can clog up the middle. And then what's so unique that I've never even fathomed happening is that not only do we have Quentin Williams, who's a top 3, but we have a top 10 in Clenny Clark right next to him. These are both seasoned veterans, well-accomplished, well-established, all-pro caliber defensive tackles that are right next to each other, building with each other now. They both can pass rush up the middle. They can both clog up the lanes up the middle. And then you add in a toss-up with Osa, who we just rotate in there on pass rush downs, maybe even throw him on the edge a little bit every once in a while. I think our defense is going to be solid, man, especially with Agent O coming back, as well as Logan Wilson, too. And what I love about these two linebackers, if you guys have not seen enough tape yet on Logan Wilson, he is a coverage linebacker, just like Overshown. They can both go sideline to sideline. They both know how to hit the gaps, and they both know how to read the quarterback when it comes to zone coverage and tight end coverage. This is huge for our defense. You think about the holes in our defense. We had huge holes in the middle of the field.
We got holes. Got a super chat. Hold tight. Got a super chat.
TikTok Wars $5. You're right, Law. What type of technique Bland was in when he got shook by Marvin Harrison? I was like, he looked scared out there.
Oh, yes, man. TikTok Wars.
That was scary.
Yeah. Especially, when you start, I was watching the game last night, and I think, Rock, you're saying he did everything that he's supposed to do against AJ, even though AJ had the size on him, right? And he's athletic, he's all pro and all of this stuff. And the guy, he's a backup DB. And what they're saying is that when you're in that press, you want to be able to be in the cylinder. You got to keep the opposition inside that cylinder, jam them, make sure that you redirect him, throw him off of his route, and that throws the timing away from the quarterback to the wide receiver. But if you give wide receiver free releases, oh my goodness, man. I mean, they will get comfortable and they will make plays. And I hope that tonight it starts, that these DBs, knowing that they got pressure up front, step their butts up front and play press. I don't give a dog if they do lose off of their jam. That's what the safety's there. So if we can do that, then hopefully that can help us out tremendously down the stretch.
Yes. Offensively, man, I want to say offensively, the thing that I'm looking at is the tackle position, and then also the play calling.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to Shoddy. Like, beginning of the season, it felt like he was an ace at play calling. And then all of a sudden, it was like we're starting getting Jason Garrett again. Like, I don't know what's going on with these play calls. I don't know why he's not running the ball when we're inside the 5. I don't know why he takes the ball out of Javante's hands when he's hot. But hopefully he can start, like, putting more pedal on the metal. Like, we have so many skilled players on our offense. There's no reason why, when we have a starting corner on the opposing team going out, why is he not taking advantage of that? We have Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, and a starting corner goes out of the game. Why are we not eating them up with the receivers that we have? So hopefully he gets more aggressive. He gets more consistent with the play calling, and then that can complement the defense, because I can tell you what, man, I feel like this defense, especially towards the run game, is really going to be shutting down the run game a lot. And lastly, I want to say, too, keep in mind that not only do we have amazing defensive tackles now, but now that we have these defensive tackles, they are going to open up the lanes for these linebackers to be linebackers. And that's a huge difference in itself as well. So it's going to be very intriguing, man. I really look forward to this.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for calling in, man. You have a good day and a better tomorrow, man. Appreciate you, man.
You too, brother. One love. How about them boys?
How about them, man? That's my guy Marcus, man, way in Cincinnati. I know it's cooler there where he's at. Do anybody have Overstreet's resume? Because I'm pulling him up right now, and I can't really find his Wikipedia. I think they have his father. I think his father played for some Canadian football league or what have you, but let me see if I can pull this up. David Overstreet is our DB's coach or what have you, and I'm not beating him up, bumped into him and Oxnard. Really good guy, good family, man, good people, man, and all of those good things, but good don't translate to win, right? We need some wins. And Andre Curtis, these are your two guys that's responsible for, like, the coordinations and getting things right in the right wheelhouse of everything. Do anybody got – I can't pull up his man resume. Let me pull it up one more time. I'll type this in right here. Where is he? Okay. He got to have a resume somewhere right around here, man. All right. There's no place like home. Just said David Overstreet. Like, let me just hear him talk or something. Let me see if we got this online.
At SWBC Mortgage, we believe having peace of mind while financing your home shouldn't be so hard.
Gotta add.
Our loan officers are here to discuss your goals and guide you through the entire process.
Come on.
With tons of available loan options. They'll work with you to find a home loan you'll feel great about.
There we go. Let me see what he sound like.
I'm good. How y'all doing? Yeah, I'm good. Here is always good to come back home where my family and stuff is. I have some familiarity with some of the coaches, coaching with some of the guys in Chicago. I actually coached with Steve Shimko in junior college, which is crazy.
Shimko.
So getting back here and getting back with everybody, it's been a very good experience for me. You went to Samuel, right? I did go to Samuel. I'm from Pleasant Grove, man. Blue Spartans.
Oh, he Pleasant Grove, man. And shout out to Oak Cliff and everybody.
I got to take it, or is it just... Nah, that's it's funny you say that, because people have asked me that before. Like, man, you back home, that's where it is. But players, been in a relationship with them to know how
Man, I'll listen to that on another day, man. Yes, me. I ain't gonna beat him up too bad. You know, he's from Pleasant Grove and all that. You know what I'm saying? Ace brace is crazy. I don't think that Siobhan Revel will play with a brace on tonight. You can't be a DB that played with that. We got that information from even his father, is that he shouldn't play with a brace. I haven't seen ever in the National Football League a player play with a brace on as a DB. So, you know, shout out to y'all. Yes, indeed. If he do play with a brace on, then I would say that there's malpractice with any coaching on this staff, right? And if I'm just being real with y'all, shoot, we definitely gonna try to figure out ways. We definitely gonna figure out ways to target that leg area. I'm just saying, man. You know, it's a brutal sport, man. It is for what it is. You know, he is playing with it, Law. Well, he playing with that damn brace. Hold on, y'all said watch that interview. Hold on, he better not play with that brace on. Hold on, I'm gonna go to YouTube. Okay. I'm going to YouTube, and I'm going to check. Did he say he going to play with that brace? Oh, Lord. Where I been? Hold on. Let me go right here. Dallas Cowboys. But he ain't starting then. Shoot. He be the first DB in life to play with that damn brace. All right, let me go right here. He said it on his interview, right? That's wild right there. Y'all updating me, you know, videos. All right, they're going to have Post Malone. Hold on. Yeah, indeed. Well, we targeting them legs.
Oh, yeah. First of all, man, my thoughts and prayers go out to his family, his loved ones, man, and then also this organization, the team, the guys who got a chance to be around such a great individual like him, and seeing his fam, seeing him play from afar and how good he was getting better and stuff like that is definitely a tragedy, man. And I just think that the organization, the team did a great job with pulling together, man, mourning his loss, and also remembering him as a good person, as a person that did everything right on the field and off the field, and just keep living in his name and doing the thing.
You know, making your debut. Yeah, it was pretty hard on me, especially talking to him every day during football camp back in California.
That's one of the reasons why I didn't really listen to these interviews. Let me be real with y'all. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Not like I'm being fake with y'all ever. You know what I mean? But I know tragedies, man, and death and all of this stuff, it wears you down, right? Mentally, trying to prepare for something. And the reporter keep asking, and I know this is their first time mentioning or being able to speak, and people want to hear thoughts and prayers about everything. But, man, when you in a mindset, man, I ain't going to say what I'm going to say, but, man, I just try to say, you know what? I'm going to just decompress and not have my mindset to fall into those traps. So what I said to myself is that I ain't going to listen to these interviews because I'm not saying I'm tired of hearing it, but it's like to a point that we overly heard the 9-4 thing. So, and now people are adding in this and that. I'm sitting here like, you know what? I can't wait for this game to be over with so we can start talking and moving forward, right? And not sitting there still talking about this. So that's why I've been away for a few days. I said, look, man, let me just catch some wind and just be with the families and stuff like that. But I get it. The reporters got to ask them how 9-4 was an impact to their lives, right? So let me see if I can fast forward a little bit through this because I want to talk about the game. You get what I'm saying?
And everything. So, I looked at it as, okay, what he want me to do. Taking this step forward. Do he want me to sit around and mope around all day? So I just took it in like that. I'm very excited. Not playing football for a whole year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm very excited. I just got to focus on my details. A little rusty, but at the end of the day, I know what I got to do. I know I got to put that work in. I know I got to take it step by step every day.
How limited are you physically?
I'm not sure. I'm like I said, I'll take it step by step every day, and I don't want to put that in my head. I just got to come out here and do what I do and do it my best.
being on the field these last 3 weeks and now being able to finally go play on Monday night? And just kind of your emotions around that.
It's definitely kind of nerve-wracking, but once I touch that field, like leading into it, it's kind of nerve-wracking. But once I touch that field, I know what I can do, and I feel like everybody know what they can do, but I know my body, so I know I can go out there and play the game and be confident in it.
Fans will be coming?
Oh yeah, my dad, my mom said it's too much walking, so I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. I ain't been in before.
How much have you bonded with Marion, because he's been going through his own rehab as well, and you guys have kind of bonded and back on the field together?
Great dude, and just looking at how he work make you want to work even harder. So like, I'll take any day and work out with him anytime. I can do some linebacker drills, but I bet you can't get out his break faster than me. Huh? But yeah, definitely, man, he's definitely a good dude. Someone to look up to, and y'all seen his past, just looking at his highlights and stuff like that. He a good dude, man. He hard work.
Do you think you'll have to remind yourself to let the game come to you?
Say that one more time.
Do you think you'll have to remind yourself to let the game come to you, not play too fast and get too excited?
I can't get too excited. Like I said, take it one at a time. You don't want to overthink anything. You know what I mean? Because I know myself, and I know I can go out there and do what I can do. You know what I mean? And do it at my best, 110%.
It's obviously been over a year, but that included a lot of days that led up to stacked on top of each other. What motivated you every single day? What was your motivation? Your mindset?
I don't know. I speak about this every day, and like a lot of people have it worse than I do. You know what I mean? A lot of people can't talk to other people about it. So I take it in, as in like my mom and dad too. So they worked hard too in every situation they had to go through in their life. So this wasn't the worst thing that happened. I know what I could do. I know what I couldn't do. So I took it day by day, kept my head above water, and just approached every day with an intention to get better and better every day.
Brian.
Yeah, Lasso says, red shirt him. My thing is, we'll know tonight, and knowing the information that I do know, I can say it now because it is tonight, and that information has already surpassed. Did y'all hear that? They wanted him to play against the Washington football team. How many weeks ago was that? Oh, that was a few weeks ago. Was it for real? I don't know. I'm not sure. Are you talking to me subconsciously? Yes. They wanted him to play against the Washington team. And his dad intervened and then started some whole lot of stuff. Oh, are you saying that out loud? Oh, wow, man, God dog. Hey, man, oh, my goodness. Did y'all hear that? Oh, my God. Man, all I can say is that if he's playing this week and they wanted him a few weeks ago or more than a few weeks ago to play, then at some point we got to say to ourselves, the Cowboys do rush players to come back. They do rush players to come back. But then again, it's subjective because they said that Overshawn wanted to play earlier too, but now he's making his debut. So I don't know, man. Yeah. Y'all didn't hear from me. Y'all didn't hear my thoughts though, right? I didn't say it. He didn't say a thing at all. That wasn't law talking at all, y'all. That's not law talking.
Sean, you talked about kind of your press man ability, and you talked about knowing what can you do. Sort of what can you do in that area, and what do you provide on the field for the team?
I provide, effort, and I feel like effort carries a lot of things, like getting to the ball, being there, because you never know when the ball gonna pop out. And my press technique, it's not perfect, but that's when I say, okay, I gotta work it every day.
Will you wear the brace in the game, or is that just for practice?
Yes, I will.
And how comfortable are you with the brace?
I'm comfortable, taking used to. You ain't used to something on your leg all the time for 3 hours, so I feel pretty confident going into the game with it.
You mentioned when you... Than you thought?
Say that one more time.
Did this whole thing take longer than you thought?
I ain't really thinking to it that much for it. You know what I mean? I played today, not tomorrow. You know what I mean? Because I can't control what happens the next day. So like I said, I took that day, worked my hardest, busted my butt, and just kept going. You know what I mean?
Shadow was talking about the value of you being on the scout team and going up against CD and George. What have you learned from going up against them in practice?
Hey, it's real. It's real, especially George Pickens, man. Slippery, slithery, like, you know how he get. Y'all know him. Definitely competition. I feel like they brought me back to myself, you know what I mean? And, like, approach it every day, like, you know, these same guys you've been going against, you know what I mean? And, like, yeah, that's it, man. I can't say too much about it because, like, every day I feel like I'm getting better. And every day I feel like I go out there in front of them guys, I'm making them better too as well. So.
They're two different type of receivers. You talk about
two different,
so they increase your versatility in regards.
That boy George, man, yeah, he'll give you some work. He'll get you ready for game day.
I mean, obviously, in this league, every cornerback is going up against an NFL wide receiver in practice, but there are levels to this. So when you talk about CD and George, just talk about how that'll help you going forward as far as going against opposition that's not always going to be as good as CD and George.
Yeah, it's not. See, going against them, it's gonna make me better every single day. I mean, who can get better than them guys, in my opinion? You know what I mean? Because we got two of the top two receivers, in my opinion, in the league, especially George Pickens. You know what I mean? I step in front of them and I'm like, you know, let's get this work. You know, I talk to them every day. They know I want that work. You know what I mean? When I get that work, it's just, hey, I feel like I have a bad day. It's gonna make me better on the game day because, like, I'm learning.
Are you talkative during reps?
Am I talkative?
Yeah, trash talk.
Maybe after the play. He beat me off the line, scared. Hey, bro, hey, slow down a little bit. But nah, I be joking around with them sometimes. You know, I'm a quiet person at the same time, but I like to engage with everybody.
Have they given you a welcome to NFL moment yet?
What you mean?
Like just a play where you're like, oh damn.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. When you're on that scout.
No doubt. All right, so I'm thinking now all together collectively looking at things, and I appreciate you guys for bringing that to my attention. So there's conflict of interest. I'm going to make a phone call when I get off. I'm not going to put him on blast right now. I'm going to call Senior, and I'm going to ask what's his thoughts on his son playing with that brace and what's going on with that. And comfort is comfort, and I know it's good to be it's better to be protected, you know, out there. It's better to be protected out there than unprotected, right? It's better to be protected than unprotected. Especially when you're in a relationship, right? And then, you know, this ain't no one-off. And I know Action Power saying, oh, man, Freaky Law finna load up. But no. You know, you got to be protected, man, when you out there. But can I speak freely, Cowboy Nation?
Damn!
Hey, man, can I speak freely, man?
Oh, boy! Yeah!
Ain't nothing like the real thing, though. And the Cowboys, they better be careful with this. This kid got at least 4 or 5 years under a rookie's contract. It make no sense to rush him. We 3-5-1. So they better make sure that they are using the right pieces and the right tools. And, yeah, it's a double entendre. And you do not want to rush this situation when you have every opportunity and chances to go pick up a free agent or something like that and slowly integrate this thing in there, Cowboys. All I can say is that we will be victorious tonight. We will play like our hair's on fire, and we will get things going the right way. Daddy said it will make history if he wore that brace. It's no choice but to make history now. You know what I'm saying? Because you got DBs that came back from those type of things. I know. We can talk about numerous of guys, right, that played through injuries or came back from injuries. But that stop and go instead of speed, man, is something that you got to have change of direction, COD. And if his COD is there, then we good. But since I didn't hear, I haven't even heard from Logan on how he sounds and everything. So let me play Logan's side of things. Hold on.
Yeah, it's definitely, I obviously didn't know Marshawn, but you can see the impact firsthand.
Give me 1 second. Why is his hair spiky like that? What is hey, man, what you did? You put the wrong... That boy got some spike hair, boy. Hold on. I can't unlook it. Hey, man, why is the hair like that, y'all? All right, let me fast forward a little bit. All right. I'm trying to think of the guy that he kind of remind me of with that spike hair. Hold on.
About him, but moving forward and...
right here, about right here. All right.
Yeah.
Kind of built a relationship just in a short period of time.
Yeah, I've talked to him a little bit. I know he's as good as advertised these last couple of days in practice. So he's a force to be reckoned with. I think some of the coaches that are here.
Joe effing Dirt. Yeah. Where you at? Wait. Let me copy paste that. Joe Dirt. That's what we remind you of. Joe Dirt, man. Yeah. Oh my gosh, man. Yes, sir. He got the Joe Dirts of the worlds, man. Let me see if I can. Yeah. Boz. Yeah, 2.0. Yeah, that's who you remind me. Let me see if I find Joe Dirt. Let me just put Joe Dirt up in there. Yeah. Let me go with images. Hold on, images. Yeah. I love y'all, boy. Y'all can make joke out of anything, man. All right, boy. I can't find it. They ain't showing me the top of his head in these clips, boy. Backstreet Boys. It's somebody else. It's got to be Boz, man. How you say his whole name? Let me see. Boz, football player. Hold on. Y'all know Boz. Hold on. Football. He played for the Seahawks, right? He played for the Seahawks. Is that he played? Yeah. Yes, it's giving me that. Butch McQuaid. Yeah, boy, we got one of them ones. Hey, all we need now, give him a headband. You give him a headband, that's him. Let me see if did he pull this off right, y'all? And hold on, let me get back to the, yeah. If he give...
Here were some of his coaches.
Yeah, Brian Bosworth. So appreciate you.
His terminology. So I think he's just going to continue to do great things.
What do you expect your role to be? Immediately with a new team taking the field Monday night.
It's giving me those vibes, man.
Controlling the controllables, what I can. Trying to learn this system each and every day. There's new things every day. And it's not going to happen overnight.
Oh, they both wore 55.
I'm doing my best to learn it as best I can.
How much extra time have you spent with Borgonzi just to kind of, if you've been asked that, I apologize.
They want $5 for this?
Know what they want out of you, and maybe your reflux as well of what the system is, what the requirements are there.
Yeah, I don't have an exact time, but I've definitely put in some extra hours leading up to this week of practice, trying to figure out, what they were trying to finalize the game plan and whatnot as it got closer. But the gist of what we were running, I was trying to make sure I was good on that and spend extra time with Gonzo. I was staying over at the Omni, so it wasn't too far. So I didn't have an excuse to, I needed to come in and learn the system as best I can.
How long are you going to stay there?
I'm not there anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, gone.
Like you get traded, and then obviously how's the last couple of days?
Hey, to be fair, if all he can do is just take this part right here and mullet that thing out, somebody asked him, man, is he trying to do that? Is he trying to make that a comeback? If he, oh my gosh, man. Oh yeah. If he just do it just that way, you know what I'm saying? He look just like Smooth.
You just a new team city. I don't know if you brought your family in yet.
I did, yeah. Which
give him a headband.
I don't like to be away from my wife and my daughter. She's at a really fun age right now. You don't want to miss those little times. And so being able to go home to them is always good. I think you're constantly adapting at this point. Like you're figuring out the system. You're figuring out new team, new teammates, new coaches.
Brandy. I saw you the other day with Sam Williams. I saw you, Brandy. I saw you with Sam Williams. I hope you rubbed some good luck stuff on him. Yeah, I saw you, Brandy. I saw you with Sam Williams. I saw you.
Training, like all the different things, the dynamics that go into all that. And so it's just, I'm honestly just trying to control it one day at a time.
Then you kind of try to stay close to Frisco, because Cincinnati is a lot smaller than Dallas. So
yeah,
you've been able to venture out because you were on a bye.
A little bit towards like the Prosper area, just to see potential spots to live and whatnot. But we'll see. We'll see where that takes us.
Thanks, Logan.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
So we'll start with the obvious first and foremost. Let's talk about the
hold on right quick.
Of moving forward.
I cannot be defeated. Okay, somebody get up back there. There is no movement like
Hold on. Oh my gosh, we got one of. This is who he is, Ivan Draco. Yeah. This is who he is, man. Y'all got it. Y'all nailed it down to the T, man. You guys are beautiful with it, man. Y'all good with it.
I cannot be defeated. Okay, somebody get up back there. There is no movement like green. Get that right over. I think all bad.
If he dies, he dies. Jeez. Oh my gosh, boy. Yeah. That's who he is. Ivan, is it Draco or Draco, whatever he says his name. Yeah. Who he get right here?
Real champion.
What's the stretcher? Somebody sent for us again.
What started out as a joke has turned out to be a disaster.
Creed appears to be in very serious condition.
The men alive.
Yeah, hold on. Here you go right here. Boom. Here you go. Boom. Here you go.
Soon, I defeat the real champion.
What's the stretcher? Somebody sent.
Hey, man. That's Rocky 5. Okay, that's what he is. I can't play it all. They're going to strike my channel. But, man, I'm going to make some clips of this dude. Y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all see the creative mind that's about to happen, man. Yes, indeed. Rocky 4, not 5. One of them Rockies, man, that's a Philly movie, right? It's a Philly movie. I got from the 682, man. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Sleeper, man. Talk to me, bro.
Yo, can you hear me in my clear? Because you're in my truck right now, so I need to know.
Yeah, you good.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
All right. Okay, baby. No, it's been a minute. I just got something to get off my chest real quick. This is something like I just didn't see it lately. Why does everybody want Rebels to go on the outside? Can somebody explain that to me? Because last time I checked, he came off of a major injury, and if I'm correct, we all can agree that quarterback is a confidence thing, is it not? So if you want somebody who just got back from an injury, why are we pushing him to the outside? I just don't. I personally don't understand. Can somebody explain that?
He's an outside corner. He's an outside corner. Some cornerbacks can't play two-way goals inside. Believe it or not, playing nickel is harder than playing outside.
Is it? Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
Well, the reason it's just I don't want to throw him out there, man. He's still a rookie, bro. I don't want to fuck this man. I apologize. I apologize.
No, you're good.
I don't want to mess this man. I don't want to mess this man's confidence up in his very first game, bro. Like, please, I don't know. Please put him on pitch count because. And then another thing that's bothering me that I've been seeing lately, just across channels and just like Instagram, Twitter, and stuff like that. Are we comparing CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens again, like we did with Zeke Elliott and Tony Pollard? Because we are. Please don't mess. I'm begging Cowboys not to mess this up, bro. Because we've been begging and pleading and scratching claws for Jerry Jones to get us a number one that helps CeeDee Lamb out. Since Amari Cooper, and the first time we actually get one, you feel me, people are complaining about the Broncos game. I understand that's one game, you feel me, that we lost. You just got to take that under the chin, you feel me? But, I don't get why people are trying to compare that over forcing CeeDee Lamb or we to get George Pickens into the game more. I mean, if CeeDee Lamb, is like having a good day, let him have a good day type shit, you feel me? If this makes sense, let me know if none of this makes sense at all, and I can reword it for you. If you get where I'm coming from, Mark.
No. It's for what it is, you know. Comparisons is nothing, you know. Nothing wrong with comparing, right? It's just that the Cowboys.
Versus. I didn't mean compare. My bad.
Oh no. Versus, or you rather have this or that. I think that the Cowboys can dismiss all of that. It's up to the Cowboys. The Cowboys can sign George Pickens right now, and they can sweep all of this under the rug. But if the Cowboys continue to not have him sign and fester this, then it's going to always be brought up. And I get it. It's unfortunate that the Cowboys can't have two good things without people stretching it out and talking about it. But in order for this team, in order for Dak Prescott to be successful, I think that they need a CeeDee Lamb and a Pickens in the run game. And that's nothing to take away from Dak, but that's just for what it is. And if the Cowboys don't have thick enough skin to go ahead and see for what it is, and if they continue to allow this to fester around and not pay Pickens, then people are going to always draw their wedge in there and say, why do we need a CeeDee Lamb when we got Pickens doing all of this? Why we paid him all of that money, or vice versa? So, yeah, it's up to the Cowboys to really shut out most of this stuff.
Man, look, bro. Look, this shit, I'm gonna be frank with you, bro. This is why Jerry Jones moved the way he moved, bro, because, like, I'm gonna be real shit, though. Like, he don't want to do shit because we'll get something good, then a Cowboys fan base will say some dumbass shit like that, bro. I'm just gonna call it what it is. What the fuck Cowboys fan base is saying is stupid as hell, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's fucking retarded, bro. So you don't hear Eagle fans saying this dumbass shit, bro. You don't hear them saying none of this.
No, it is warranted. It is warranted because Pickens can do things that's better than CeeDee Lamb, and CeeDee Lamb can do things that's better than Pickens. It's time out for people to get, for the Cowboys nation to get sensitive about that. And I get what you coming from, but I think that there's space for both. And if anybody can't see the differences between the two and not understanding that you need both of them, it's kind of slow. You get what I'm saying? And I think that in the hearts of hearts, Pickens knows that, and as well as CeeDee Lamb knows that. So I just think that if the Cowboys front office just at some point stand tall and say, this is what I want, and cease all of that, then I think that would be the best way. And that's the same conversational pool with Ezekiel Elliott. Remember, it was the owner that started that and said Zeke who during the time frame of a contract negotiation. So I think that the front office, and I hate to beat them up, but I got to, that they spearheading a lot of these things because you can have two, and you don't have to make those statements if you are the front office. I think that they should go ahead and nip it in the bud and pay George Pickens. I don't have to see much more.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna close this out, Walk. I know you got other callers and you got stuff to do. You're a busy man, bro. Let me leave it like that. But, bro, I'm just going to say this, bro. We had, at one point in time, we had two number one corners, right? We had two corners that could be on a number one receiver, right?
Right.
We couldn't keep that. We damn near almost had two RB1s at one point in time. We couldn't keep that. We had, with Marty Cooper and Young Gunn, we had two number ones. Well, you get where I'm coming from with Young Gunn.
Right.
He was a up-and-coming number one. Now that we have two number one wide receivers, bro, please, I am begging Cowboy Nation to please chill out, bro. Because I'm telling you, if we don't keep these two number one wide receivers, we're never going to get nothing like this ever again. And we know how Stephen Jones moves. He's going to be okay with that. Because you know the first thing that's going to pop up in his fucking mind is the pie. The pie,
yeah.
The pie. But you have a great day, love. Please be positive, man. I wanted to call in a little time ago about the Marshawn, bro.
Yeah.
Look, bro.
Yeah.
Please, if you're a man listening to this show, listen to my phone call, please look up Hebrew 12:6. Please. That is something that I shit you not, that kept me from ending my own life, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. Please look up that verse for me. Y'all have a great day, all right, man? stay positive, bro.
No
Stay
doubt,
positive,
man. Appreciate
Don't
you,
let
man.
that up.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. I think that a lot of people get misguided with that, and it's okay. Let me just be real with y'all, man. Tony Hill was just as good as Drew Pearson. Tony the Thrill Hill was just as good as Drew. Let me know if I'm lying. He was just as explosive, and you needed both of those boys. This is before a lot of people time, but Tony Hill was just as good. One can probably argue that Tony Hill, I ain't gonna say it, but y'all get with what I'm saying. Alvin Harper was just as valuable as the playmaker. Now, playmaker ran off Jimmy, and he made sure that he vetoed Tim Brown for coming here, right? But tandems are very much so necessary. So now we got a modern day Drew Pearson and Tony Hill effect. You get what I'm saying? And both of these boys are very much so necessary for their game. Now, these guys got to have thick skin. You know, Tony Hill was awesome. Shout out to you, Ghostface. Yeah. So what we got to do is, I get it. When I point out that passer rating when targeted, this is for Dak Prescott, not for me, nor for George Pickens or CeeDee Lamb. But CeeDee Lamb is still going to get the number one team's DB or the number one team's mindset, because as a Ginzu blade or a knife, CD can kill you more from the short area quickness, but for the longer balls, the 50-50 balls, is that Pickens can kill you more with that. Not saying that Lamb can't do those things. But you can have two dogs. You got a German Shepherd and you got a Pit. A Rottweiler. The German Shepherd can outrun that Rottweiler. You know what I'm saying? But they both dogs. Some people cater to the German Shepherd more. You know what I'm saying? Some people cater to the Rottweiler. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Jet Li 44, Alvin Harper, Wando, sideline, deep balls 50-50, and all I could think of, the playmaker, in that game versus the 49ers, he said, "That's my ball." That's my ball. When Alvin Harper caught that pass down the stretch. But you know what? Let Alvin Harper drop that damn ball. Troy won't go back to him for the whole game. That's what I need Dak Prescott to exhibit. And I'm not saying that Troy is better than Dak and Dak better than Troy, but the mindset need to be set. You drop that ball, I'm going to my other guy. I ain't finna argue with Michael Irvin. You know what I'm saying? If Michael Irvin have a bad situation, go back and watch some of them games. But you know what? I ain't going all the way back to Butch Johnson, but Jay Novacek, shoot, he was the equalizer. If anybody having an off game for these last 2-3 weeks, been Jake Ferguson. You got to be a reliable dang tight end. You haven't been reliable. Ferg hasn't been reliable. That's an issue. More so than us talking about Pickens versus Lamb. Ferg need to step the up, It's him. Let me let the next call on. I got...
The conference has been locked.
I got these calls and then I had to dip. I got Hood Quavius from the
What's the deal,
484.
Law?
Not much, man.
It's game day, man.
It's game day all day, man.
It's game day. We get to see the Marvion Overshown. I hope in a limited capacity. We get to see Savon Rebel.
Right.
I hope in a limited capacity. We get to see Quentin Williams. I hope not in a limited capacity. Hopefully we get to see a lot more of Logan Wilson, not in a limited capacity. Because we're going to see Kenneth Murray, hopefully in a limited capacity. I don't want to hear nothing about CD versus George Pickens, who should get more targets. Let's go out there and play ball. Past couple weeks, they both had literally the same amount of targets, with the same amount of catches, with almost the same amount of yards, give or take a few. Does George Pickens have more touchdowns? Yes, he does. There's a reason for it. You've explained it beautifully. He's your deep threat. He's your goal line guy. He's your red zone guy. CD, he beats you short. He beats you across the middle. He's your yak guy. You know what I'm saying? By the standards of the NFL and by the standards of other teams. You know what I'm saying? What I want to see tonight is this defense. I want to see how well this defense performs. It's not about the offense for me, because I believe that they can bounce back from their woes in the past couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's the defense. That's what I want to see improve. If that improves, then we can look forward to seeing something more tangible next season. Because let's call it for what it is, Law. We both know this season we're not going to the playoffs. Let's just keep it a stack. We could lose 2 games and be in a conversation, but that's just about it. Other than that, if you really think we're going to the playoffs, you're kidding yourself. That was not my hope at the beginning of the season. That's not my hope now, being where we are. Yes, I've seen our team.
Well. At this point, we've been diagnosed with symptoms, right, of us not being able to make it, but it haven't been confirmed yet, right? So that's where we're at.
We're not mathematically eliminated.
Yeah, because I saw a play just the other day that even Hurts on his way out of the sideline, he was gimping, right? And he got back up. It's just the football guys said, okay, we're going to keep him upright. So NFL, we've seen this stretch before. I've witnessed the damn Eagles being 10-1, and all of a sudden they had a nosedive. But to be fair to all of this, they're number one in this division, 8-2. We're second place, got 8 games to go. Yes, it is more than likely that we will not make the playoff, but I don't want to have that mindset. I want to have the mindset that we're trying to win every game possible. And if the defense finished off strong, Hood Quavius, then what would that mean for 2026 then?
That would mean that we can just focus mainly on reassuring the defense can get better by putting a lot more draft capital into it. And if we want to make a offensive move via free agents or free agency or draft, we can. But the main thing is the main thing. We got to keep GP. We got to keep GP. You know what I'm saying? Quentin Williams is locked up for at least the next 2 years. Logan Wilson is also locked up for at least the next year, maybe 2. You know what I'm saying? We just signed guys. Other than that, the dudes that we have on the roster are 3-4 year guys, and then we have to worry about a contract. So the main thing is the main thing. Get GP signed, make sure Dak has what he needs, and I guess we can have that conversation about Javonte Williams as the season rounds its end. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed, man. I appreciate you for calling in.
That's
what else
pretty
you
much
got?
all for me, man. I always love calling in whenever I can get the chance. I've been MIA lately, but I'll be back around, I promise. You just had a lot of family stuff going on. So, and if there's anybody here going through anything, I don't care what it is, don't be afraid to ask for help. It's not weak, okay?
No.
Everybody needs it. All right. So with that being said, man, this your boy Hoodie Kush from the Basement Boys. I'm out.
Yeah, and I get it. I can't change nobody's mindset from thinking, right? All I can say is that I was talking to a lady this weekend, and she was just telling me her life story, right? And she said that when she always had complications with her health, right? Her immune deficiencies or what have you. And she said that the doctor diagnosed her with lupus. And they said that she will only live for about probably 2 to 3 years. She was diagnosed with that at the age of 22. And just having the conversation with her, she's 58. She just turned 58 on November the 4th. I ain't gonna give out her name, but can you imagine if she were to say to that doctor, yes, he's right. With lupus, I can only live about 1, maybe 2 years. Let me just go ahead and just wave the white flag of life and say, I'm not finna change nothing. I'm just gonna just make sure that whatever that doctor said, that I'm mathematically out of it, that I only got 1 to 2 years. Now, why was that doctor wrong? He don't have the future. He don't know it. So all of y'all that are saying that, hey, stick a fork in it, we only got, this and left, you don't know. Now, chances are the doctor may be right. The doctor may say, okay, well, hey, calculations are wrong, you still gonna die. Guess what? We all gonna face a death. We all gonna die. You get what I'm saying? But there's people right now that's living beyond the time frame of what the doctor said. And I'm not sitting here trying to tell y'all, let's just all root for the Cowboys come hell and high water. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying, we don't know. We don't know. Cancer can't survive an alkaline body. Yeah, you're wrong. You're right. You're right. Yeah. Doctors be trying to play God. Battle Cowboy 999. So I'm not saying that Hood Quavies, and it's not that my guy Hood Quavies or Lasso or whoever else that's here in the chat. But the word fan is short for fanatic. That means, can somebody give me the definition of fanatics? You get what I'm saying? It's just for what it is. And who else in the chat that been diagnosed with something and the doctor said, hey, you only got 6 months to live. Hey, you only got 10 years to live. Hey, you only got 20 years to live. You keep pushing that date back. It's been 30 years, 30 seasons. All right, I got DP, man, then I got 100 grand from the 201. For DP, you're live for the 979. What's on your mind?
I'm going down low. Appreciate you letting me speak on your channel as usual. I try to make it as quick as I can. To the caller earlier, that was speaking on the land picket situation. I mean, shout out to my guy Dre Matic. I'm gonna leave that, start leaving that conversation alone, because bottom line is we can never have nice things when it comes to that situation. So, and the thing with you, Law, is that the way you speak on the whole situation is that you don't come from a who's better type of aspect. You just speak about the numbers. Yeah. So that I can respect that. But as far as the game tonight, definitely getting some reinforcements back on defense. They can't look no worse than what they've been looking, so it can only go up from here. So I do think the defense could possibly going to look a little better. I hope, but hopefully, they don't put too much on Overshawn and Siobhan Ravel. Nervous about that that young man playing with a knee brace on. That's gonna be kind of interesting, but it is what it is. We'll see what happens. Hopefully the offense can pick it up and not get crazy in the red zone and come out with a W. But as always, man, appreciate you letting me speak on your channel, man. Take it easy, bro.
Man, I appreciate you, man, and thank you for your words, man, DP. With that being said, life is life, right? The game plan for tonight is to win. The game plan for a fan is to fan. We supposed to fan. We supposed to show. Now, I get it. We analytical with our approach, but perseverance is the ability to keep going in the face of continuous challenges. It is the ability to disregard distractions and to stay focused. most of the important things in this world was built and accomplished by people who kept trying when it seems that have no hope at all. No hope at all. Now, I said this days before, and every time you say that, there's an adversary. There's an evil force, an entity, right? And there are always going to be people who's not satisfied with their lives to put you in that category, right? Just like I said this I said a few days ago. And whoever this is, I guarantee you he's an Eagle fan, right? Laugh out loud. This shit getting to be pathetic. And what I do is say, may God bless you. May God bless you. Laughing out loud. I'm plenty blessed. Keep projecting though. But if you click on this page, right, I guarantee you he's an Eagles guy, right? Eagles guy. Philadelphia. So in life, there's always an adversary. There's always somebody that try to seek to destroy you, try to take away even things, because I'm not even speaking to him, right? But these are the mindsets of people of trying to tear down what you got going on. And that's just life. And there will always be those individuals in this world. But what happened over a course of the years is that one person said it and said, they swept it under the bridge. One famous person said it, it might make some sense. And they keep hearing it over and over and over and over again. And now, maker, right? Come on with it. But at the end of the day, it is for what it is. I got my guy, my brother from another mother, no other, don't look like Danny Glover. And yes, Dez Bryant, he's one of those guys. No offense to Dez, but hey, this is just me talking right now. And I want Dez to be able to come out. We're going to have Cowboys versus Eagles on Friday, Ditch Day. I can't wait to see all of y'all beautiful faces. But I want Dez to come on out and articulate his words on the podcast this Friday. But hey, who knows, But I'm going to start promoting that after this game, though. And we'll give y'all all of the conversation that is needed. But neither here nor there. I got from the 201, you're live on the nation, 100 grand with the plan.
Listen, man, that's just it. That's just how it is, man. Take yesterday's game, for instance. If we would have won that game like the Eagles won that game, man, it would be fire and brimstone. If Shotty would have been Dan Campbell going for it 4 times in a row and not getting it, that boy playing Madden, Law. I said, what is wrong with you? 4 times in a row, he went for it on 4th down and didn't get it. You playing like you got the 85 Bears defense out there.
Yes.
Law, we would have had Shotty head on a stick today. Tell me if I'm lying. Going for it 4 times in a row. How many times did they run the ball when they went for it? Like, what are you doing? Like at halftime, he said, we knew that we would go for it and we wouldn't make it. We prepared for this. Then when you going to switch it up, Dan? If they would have kicked field goals, Law, they would have won the game.
You ain't lying. Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't get it. But if that would have been Shotty, we would have been killing Shotty.
Oh, man.
They're not killing Dan Campbell today.
No,
I can guarantee you they're not killing Dan Campbell today.
They talking about them. They talking about that pass interference, though.
Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. That was a bad call, but it shouldn't have got there. Though.
It
shouldn't have got there.
3rd and 8. Yeah, it shouldn't have got there. What about the false starts? What about the false starts and the offsides and stuff like that?
But those the referees, man. There's nothing you can do about that. But kicking the field goal instead of going for it on 4th down, Law.
Yeah.
They want to talk about the win. Man, the Eagles field goal kicker kicked that kick real good in the win. Man, you can't fall back and say nothing about that, Dan. I don't want to hear that, man. Come on, man. That game was crazy.
It was crazy indeed, man. And one of the things that I get it, we would never get called fair and balances, even in a situation. Whereas I think that the NFL do have something against the Cowboys, and I think that a lot of owners are kind of pissed off a little bit on how Jerry Jones walk in his own space, and I get all of that. But all we want to see collectively is this right here, bro. Just real football, bro. That's all we asking for, man. Not politics aside, man. Just real football.
But I took it to the degree of winning and losing. If we would have won the game that way, we wouldn't get a fair shake. People would be complaining. And if we would have lost, you would have had Shoddy head on the stick.
Right.
But they're not talking about that with the Eagles in Detroit today. They're not talking about how bad that they was today, how they not a playoff team. Because you imagine, you think that team is going to go to the playoffs and win? That would have been said today if it was the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Is that being said today about the Eagles in Detroit? No, they're not.
No.
That Eagles team is a fraud. They come up against a real offense that's going to put the pedal to the metal. They can't. They ain't going to be able to keep up.
Yeah.
You can't tell me Jalen Hurts is going to be able to just turn it on like that. No. No, he's not. The coordinator wants to play it close to the vest. That's how he wants to win games. They are not prepared for a shootout. If a team get up on them and keep their foot on their neck, the Eagles cannot compete. They're not the team that you think they are. They're not.
Yep.
Say that right now.
And even to a degree, let's say if we were the Packers, right, playing against the Giants. Now that
game was bad too.
That game was cheeks, man. You know what I'm saying?
And everybody when they talk about, oh, Michael Parsons, he the best, he got a sack. Man, that was an empty calorie sack that really, didn't matter. Come on, man. The Giants had a chance to win that game too. That game was crazy, Lord. We knew Jameis was going to throw that interception, but I can't say that was on him. That was on the wide receiver. He stopped his route. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? You can't stop your route like that. So that wasn't even on Jameis. I can't even knock Jameis for that. That's on that wide receiver, whoever that wide receiver name was. It escapes me right now.
Yeah,
that's on him.
Now, what about the Buccaneers? How they lost 32-44? What would be the talking conversation?
I didn't watch that game.
Okay,
I didn't watch that game. Yeah. But he's not in no MVP. He's not in no MVP race now. Mayfield, it's over for that.
You know how crazy? Let me tell you how crazy football is. Let me just tell you how crazy football is. And this gonna sound crazy. 100. We only lost one more game than the Buccaneers.
Because they went on a little losing streak. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why they went on. Remember, they was number one. If my mind serves me correct, they was number one in the whole NFC. Right. They had the number one seed, and then they lost about 2 to 3 games.
That's the difference in football, right there. Now they got 6 wins, but they got 4 losses.
They got 4 losses. Yeah. So if we can win, ain't no if we gonna win tonight. But you know what they gonna say, Law? It's just the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? Law, we gonna have a big game today. We gonna have a big game today, and I think the defense not even gonna allow 20 points. I really think so. I think they're going to shut them down. This might be a 17-31 game, something like that.
Right.
Watch and see.
Right.
And they're going to say, it's the Raiders. That's what you're supposed to do. They're going to brush it off. They're not going to say, well, Cowboys bounce back in the big. It's the Raiders. You can't celebrate that. But if we was to lose to the Raiders tonight.
Right.
That's not they need to blow it up. And I don't know why Jerry made the changes. And the fans will say that too. You know what I mean? But this is a game to prepare us for that Eagles game. All this is a warm-up game to prepare us for that Eagles game. Because if we could beat the Eagles, that could put us in prime position for the wild card, man. We playing for the wild card right now.
Yeah.
Forget about the NFC East. Forget about it. It's over.
It's a wild card.
It's wild card or bust. That's it.
Yeah. And what you got to do is you only got room for probably 1 loss, but you got to still figure it out. And that 1 loss got to be somewhere in the AFC side, right?
In the AFC.
You can't be on the conference
side. NFC games. No. We got to win out. And I think if we win out, we good. Think about it. If we win out, we 11-5.
Yep.
And that's a respectable win. If we win out, we 11-5. Lord, we good if we win out.
Guess who? Guess who? Two teams are 2-1 in their division.
Who?
Philadelphia Eagles and the Cowboys. We both 2-1 in our division.
Right.
So it's just that our conference is 2-4-1 and they're 7-1. So there's no catching them boys. But what I'm saying is our division record and how they play these wild card things is that our division record is better than, believe it or not, it's better than Green Bay. They 1-0. It's better than Detroit. They're 1-2. And you got to understand that wild card decider is basically on your division, and you got to be able to have a better division record more so than anything to get that extra wild card spot. So yes, the Bucks are 2-0. The Carolinas are 2-1. These divisions got to shake down, and that's where we're at right now. And we got to win our divisional games, and we got to win out. That's just the bottom line.
Yeah, bottom line. That's it. That's just all we got to do, man. But at the end of the day, we only can control what we can control. If we win out and just see where the chips fall. That's it.
That's it.
Just win out and we can control what we can control, and we win the rest of the games.
Yep.
I feel like we got a strong way of getting in there if we win out.
But the NFC West, boy, that division there, boy, jeez. From top to bottom, they're really good.
That division is crazy.
Yes,
that division is crazy. We need guys to fall apart. Who knows? Green Bay might fall apart. Who knows? They might. I mean, beating the Giants, you're not getting no cookie from me. Not getting no cookie from beating the Giants, and you barely beat the Giants. Yep. Who knows? Detroit might fall apart. Who knows? The way Dan Campbell and be coaching.
They're third place in their division. They're 6-4. Crazy things happen, bro, all the time.
Yeah,
literally, we only got one more loss than the damn Detroit Lions. They 6-4. It's crazy. But you know, we got to get to it, man. But what else you got, man, before I let you go, bro?
That's it, man. How about them Cowboys? Man?
How about them Cowboys, man? He was the last caller of the hour, man. I appreciate each and every last one of you all. We will have a pregame show, and we will have the game play-by-play in the post-game show. So we crazy things happen. I'm not waving the white flag or the Cowboys flag until it's absolutely mathematically out of the situation, and that means no life. Rigor mortis haven't settled in. I know all of the doctors then gave us the diagnosis already, Cowboy Nation, but we just got to continue to figure out ways. Quentin Williams is here. We got Overshawn that made it back. We hope to see that Siobhan Revel can do and give us something, right? And that's just all we got, Cowboy Nation. Yep. Keep your head high, Cowboys. Fight all the way through, and let's finish. Let's stand tall or not at all, knowing that everybody counted us out. All I can do is preach from my little seat over here that it can somehow hit the eardrums of one of the players and say, you know what? Just like that lady I met. She said, Lord, let me tell you a story. The doctor diagnosed me with lupus and said that I only have a year or two to live. That doctor said that I had that disease when I was 21 or 22 years of age. On November the 4th, my birthday passed. I'm 58. So what I'm getting at, no one knows the day nor the hour. No one knows the outcome of the situation. We can only speak from all points of views. You can work out and be at your greatest shape and step outside and a school bus can hit you. Right? You can be at your greatest shape and one sneeze, achoo, from a stranger can take you up out of here. And you waking up with Moses and them, Peter and Paul, and saying, how I get a chance to see you guys? I worked out, I drunk my water. And now you're with the Creator. Or you could be putting salt on your McGriddles, drinking Johnny Walker Blue, and be a multi-billionaire and watch everyone else fall off from around you and not even lift a weight and still be on this world. No one knows the rules and regulations to life. But one thing we do know, that you got to keep fighting. You got to keep moving. You can't be stagnant. Perseverance, hard work, dedication. You got to keep moving. And you got to keep believing. QBO 88 says, I was listening, Law. I do not choose to be a common man. It is my right to be uncommon if I can. I want to take the calculated risk, to dream, to build, to step out and walk on glory and say, these are the things I've done with the authority of the Grand Creator to be able to position me in the dreams of the pathways that we were able to walk upon, that we all share and we call this land. But now, and I mean just that now, that the rules and the regulations of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is predicated upon someone else's dream. We have to sit back and watch these things being manifested, materialized into these type of moments. But I was told from my mom to say that quote one more time on your way out. Give us that one speech. It's all about heart, soul, and sinew of your mind that can get you there. But it starts with the heart. And if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad, that you don't get tired, and it makes you all hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat forward, fret forward, plan to lose all terror of your mind. If you would simply go after the things you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold or the poverty or the famish or fame or the sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the things you want, it don't matter what the final destination from what he say, she say will be. If dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, tonight Keep your head high. You will get it. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, sounds of soft souls and hits and oldies. You're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. Slap him up out of here, baby. Win, lose, or draw.
Tell him run it up. I wake up.
Now it's time to ask yourself to roll those creds. Let's go. Before I roll, Los Alto says Lucifer. Let me ask you this. Do you think the grand creator loves Lucifer?
9 out of 10, roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turn to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me.
Come on.
I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies.
Yeah.
Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me.
Come on.
I'm number one up on that court, I'm
one can argue that he loves him.
The last one now can't call me lazy. Put in my
he loves him real deeply.
I need 6 rings like MJ and
come on, baby.
I wake up, flex,
come on,
down that check, no drip this. Tell him run it up, no sleep, no rest.
The first being created, the one that created music to praise the creator, loves the sin, loves the crime. Love is when you have grief, you ask God for a sign, huh?
Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to
Vegas.
I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry.
Yeah.
Those London boys don't come to play.
Give me a yes or no.
One false move, find yourself they getting buried.
Yeah.
Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain.
Yeah.
I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name.
Yeah.
I wake up.
He says game changer, says hell nah, Lord, he kicked him up out of heaven. And he still had access back to the heavens. Yes or no?
I wake up.
Yeah. Come on. They say influences with the whip of the tail. He brought 1/3 of the angels with him. Come on, baby. Let's slow it down just a little bit. And these could just be stories that we telling. You get what I'm saying. But let's slow it down just a little bit. And if we offended anyone, chill. Because all I read is love thy enemy. He'll make an enemy a footstool. Come on. Yeah.
Take a drag of my cigarette. Bring me out.
Shout out to AIT. Shout out to you. Hallelujah. Yeah.
Take a bite of my burger, babe.
Shout out to Sam Williams.
For you. Don't let the street lights get you all alone.
Come on down here.
You know it's dangerous to go alone.
Everybody is a reflection of everybody. Universal law, yeah. I follow.
Wherever you go.
Your mental health matters. Put 9-4 in the chat if you're okay. Until next time, DC for life, not for short. Remember, us talking sports is low vibrational energy. Low energy is needed too. I may be helping someone bridge the gap. Shout out to you, Jordy. Shout out to you, TJ Rodriguez. Appreciate you. Thank you for your support. As above, so below. You know it's danger. Come on, baby. St. Clair Jackson. Appreciate you. I be oh.
Where you do, I'll follow.
Wherever you go,
Whatever you do,
keep your vibes up. You ain't lying. Until next time, DC for life, not for short.
Forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly.
And remember, sounds of soft souls.
Fly on.
Reynolds in hits and oldies.
No days off. No days off.
The hardest pathway. Just get this dub tonight, baby. One game at a time. That's all we can do.